Mula, I'm DJ Toro. Join me every Monday to Thursday, 7 until midnight. The premium classics on Gold FM, only the classic hits.
On FBC News tonight, Jasper breaks ACS stronghold. European Union indicates further delays in signing off on the economic partnership agreement, and road upgrades to follow proper plan. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spade and you're watching FBC News. Jasper Williams High School of Lautoka is the biggest winner of the Coca-Cola Games, which ended tonight, taking out the girls division for the first time ever. And they did it in style, breaking Antidakumbao School's 12-year stronghold at the Fiji finals to join Maris Brothers as the latest champions. More now with Elena McDonald.
It took them forever to finally win the title, and the pinnacle of the victory was taking it off a school which held the crown for 12 long years. Tears, joy and emotions, hard to describe, were all amongst the feelings of these Jasperians who rocked the new ANZ Stadium.
Seriously, I cannot pick out just one. The whole team has been just superb. They've been beautiful. They've trained, they sacrificed. They've been through a lot, actually. If you come and hear the stories personally, you wouldn't believe it, what they've been through. They deserve it. All of them are winners today. I cannot pick out one.
While the athletes brought glory to the Lautoka-based school, no victory would be complete without the input from those behind the scenes.
The achievement today is not only because of the students, 90% of them is the athletes' efforts, but I think we give our thanks to our sponsors as well.
From the time Meraseni Naindao scooped the first medal of the meet on day one, heads turned towards the school, which today were crowned the Queens of Schools Athletics. All schools did prepare accordingly. But what set the Jasper team apart from others?
We do our best, and now we're happy and we're
Coca-Cola Games. It's Jasper Williams High School's year this year, and I'm sure they're all happy that they've made this achievement. Elena McDonald, FBC Sports.
The European Union has indicated there will be further delays to the economic partnership agreement with the Pacific. This has frustrated efforts by ACP to wrap up the talks by June. Christopher Chand reports.
The decade-long negotiations over the EPA will drag on, with controversy of the Pacific's fisheries resources. In March, a technical meeting was devoted to this sensitive topic.
Unfortunately, our positions are still far apart on some key aspects. Firstly, the Pacific side has not shown flexibility on including in the EPA any specific commitments on EU access to fisheries resources, arguing that any such commitments should only appear in separate fisheries agreements.
Andrew Jacobs says their doubts over the effectiveness of fisheries conservation have caused a delay in finalizing a proposal for fresh and frozen fish exports to the EU.
The items that are outstanding in the fisheries chapter are not just numerous, but have a political poignancy that goes even beyond the EPA negotiations. For this reason, conclusion of the negotiations during the next round in June-July 2013 is simply not realistic. More time is needed at the technical level to narrow the considerable gaps.
Amendments to the market access regulations could have a significant impact on Fiji.
These countries would therefore lose their duty-free and quota-free access system to the EU, which exists under the market access regulation. They could then accede to the generalized system of preferences. In the Pacific region, this would only concern Fiji. No other country will be affected by the amendment.
Although the Pacific nations have taken a stance that they are not willing to delay the negotiations any longer, the EU continues to lobby for access to fisheries resources. If this can be laid to rest, reaching an agreement on the economic partnership agreement shouldn't be too far over the horizon. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
The Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation has welcomed the National Minimum Wage Survey. FCEF board member Himendra Chan says the survey is long overdue and will outline employers and their employees. However, Chandra adds the exercise shouldn't ignore the realities of doing business in Fiji.
We urge that whatever decision has been made has to be actually looked into very carefully and within the commercial aspect as well of the economy of the country and of the people in the industries as well.
A team led by Commerce Commission Chair Dr. Mahendra Reddy is currently involved with the minimum wage survey. Major progress on the road upgrading program is expected in the coming months. The Fiji Roads Authority has identified key roads in need of urgent attention and is sketching designs on how their maintenance will be carried out. Ritika Pratap reports.
The Fiji Roads Authority spent the first quarter of the year planning, designing and identifying roads in the highly trafficked routes that need urgent attention. The authority wants to do the work once and do it right.
When we do spend the money, we know we're spending it in the right place. So I actually think we've made a lot of progress in that area. As I said, over the next few months, you'll see those larger scale works, the larger renewals program, all gearing up.
The authority's road maintenance priority doesn't only focus in the urban centres, rural road development is progressing as well.
23 major upgrades planned, and that's based on priorities that were put forward to us by the Ministry for Provincial Development. And as I said, those 8 Irish crossings I was talking about, that's going to be securing access or new access for rural villages that to date haven't had it.
Cook says they will work with the Ministry of Provincial Development in this regard.
We have the structure in place to manage roads, so we don't do ourselves any favours if we then start splitting off and having small parts of that work done by different departments. So we'll be working with Ministry of Provincial Development in terms of priorities and planning and where we need to be building new roads.
The authority has set a target to reseal 120 kilometres of road every year. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
The Tuvalu High Commission office in Suva has yet to hear from the Immigration Department about the application to lift the prohibited immigrant status of its Chief Justice Sir Frederick Gordon Ward. The former Fiji Court of Appeal president needs to transit through Fiji to travel to Tuvalu, but Sir Frederick is on the prohibited immigrant list due to his opposition to the government. The travel restriction has led to a delay in the sitting of Tuvalu Supreme Court. Sir Frederick is to rule on an application from Tuvalu's opposition that a by-election be called to replace the country's finance minister. Immigration Director Nemani Vuniwanga has not been available for comment. After the break, after 50 years at St. Giles Hospital, patients start to return to their families.
How would you like to spend your morning? You could spend your morning like this. Or you could spend it like this.
Tune in to the Morning Ride every weekday morning from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. right here on Today FM, Today's Hit Music.
Nisambulo binaka oya wone kamanalangi oni nandorungo diao may nadiwa kinarua na bisinga may namoniti kinabagarumbu kay na Radio Fiji 1 nandomay biti bongani biyanyano nama katalangana bengo na sasibiani na tinakaloka na bimbongi ni bukilulu kay na bima maniwalo na bimbongi ni bakarawai may nambuza ni balo ni ngay namaka.
Welcome back. You're watching FBC News. Efforts are now underway to return recovered long-time patients at St. Giles Hospital to their families. There are about 80 patients at the hospital, and as Roland Karoy reports, some have been there for more than 50 years.
Situated just outside Suva, the St. Giles Hospital has been around since the 1800s. Many rooms here remain exactly how they were in the early 1900s, and they've been home to some for more than 5 decades.
Our range of patient stay ranges from 1 day. We have had patients who are admitted and discharged within 1 day, and patients who have been here since the 1960s, 70s and 80s.
Some long-time patients at the St. Giles Hospital were sent here under orders from the President or the Governor at that time. For these patients, the Mental Health Decree 2013 is a glimmer of hope that they can return to their families.
Right now we are working together with our legal liaison officer and the Legal Aid Commission to revoke the presidential order and the governor's order, and that is allowed under the mental health decree, to allow these persons to go back to their families and to their communities.
Getting the presidential order revoked may be good news for some patients here, but that's just the first step. What's been happening in some cases is patients are being slowly introduced back into the community. Some have been welcomed with open arms by their families, while some have simply been rejected. Some may soon be reunited with their loved ones, while for some, they will have to live their lives out at this facility. Roland Koroy, FBC News.
Fiji will soon have its own internet exchange point, which means emails and other digital information exchanged within Fiji won't have to be routed through overseas exchange points. Chanel Sivan explains.
The main reason for setting up an internet exchange point is to keep local data traffic within Fiji and in turn increase internet speed.
To give you an example, if somebody sits in this cafe and wants to send an email to somebody in Suva, at the moment that email actually gets routed through and goes to Australia and comes back to Fiji, even though it's just down the road.
Internet service providers will have an easier time as well. A drop in data transfer outside of Fiji will have a ripple effect on consumers.
If the emails, if the information is going to be sent within Fiji itself, what that will do is increase the speed, will make it faster. It'll also free up the space on the Southern Cross cable, which means that information that you're going to get from overseas will be at a much faster speed.
While internet use is growing in Fiji, it's still pretty minimal compared to our population size.
So at the moment, when the speeds are slower, people aren't very interested to download information, go to the internet. And government also, as you know, has continued with the zero rating of duty on smartphones. We want people to use mobile phones not just for voice, but also for data.
Fijians entered the digital age a long time ago, but getting them to fully use the world at their fingertips was a bit difficult because of the lack of resources and the lack of connectivity. Soon, be it Suva Central or the remote islands, getting the Fijians on the information highway won't be that difficult. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
Suva City came to a standstill this afternoon as the 10 contestants in the Miss World Fiji pageant made their first public appearance. Devna Ryan was among the crowd and filed this report.
People of all ages lined Rodwell Road in Suva to get their first glimpse of the contestants. These young girls are vying for the Miss World Fiji crown.
I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing that these people are doing this. It shows out the talents in young people. I think it's a good exposure for all our girls who are thinking about, entering the Miss Fiji, Miss World.
As the float procession headed towards Village 6 cinemas and along Victoria Parade, more people crowded the streets. Even the little ones got into the spirit.
I think they're okay. Yeah, they're much more beautiful from last year. I think they are capable of winning the Miss World. I know they'll do their best.
The 10 Queen contestants will vie for the Miss Fiji crown in order to qualify for the Miss World event to be held later in Jakarta, Indonesia. Devna Ryan, FBC News.
One of the most important dates in the school calendar has nothing to do with exams or classes. 24 schools will stage this year's Fiji Wood dance competition in July, with students from 7 special schools also taking part. Akosita Tale has more.
The inclusion of 7 special schools from around the country has lifted the dance competition to another level.
It challenges the participants to create something new and different, something unique, something truly Fijian. The sum total, an absolutely electric atmosphere and one of Fiji's best events.
Film Fiji is encouraging more schools to participate in the coming years. This is expected to expose more local talent in the performing arts.
We have many histories, many heritages and many stories. And Fiji Wood reminds us that it is this very diversity that ties us together and makes Fiji the dynamic country that it is today.
Goodman Fielder has come on board to sponsor the dance competition for $20,000. The company says it supports youthful vitality, fun and excitement.
We believe in the diversity of a child's development, that being academic, through sport, fashion, music and dance.
The Fiji Wood Dance competition will be held on the 26th of July at the National Gymnasium in Suva, coinciding with the annual Kula Film Awards. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
The crew of Bollywood movie Santa Banta are currently shooting in Suva. They were at the Novotel Hotel in Lami today. Santa Banta features comedy king Boman Irani, leading a star-studded cast including Neha Dupia and Lisa Hayden. This is the latest in a series of Bollywood productions to select Fiji for movie shoots. That time again, we join Jamie now for sports, and what an epic end to the two-day Fiji finals.
You can say that again, Jackie. After a brilliant outing by Jasper Williams High School today, I'm sure there'll be purple rain in Lautoka tonight, unless the weather girl says otherwise. Well, we'll catch up with some of the champion athletes after the break. Stay with us.
Bola, oya wasala bilawa. Do pata kia umena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina wagarumbuka. Kako ni valatana no musini sari na kaisa moriendo loloma leone wani ni nau omgori ke de mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina wagarumbuka and Bula FM number 2 NSR.
सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला, पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो फिजी 2 पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।
Welcome back. You with FBC Sports. As mentioned in news, Maris Brothers High School and Jasper Williams have been crowned the 2013 Coca-Cola Games champions. Maris topped the boys' grade with 11 gold medals, while Queen Victoria School came second. In the girls' division, Jasper managed 9 golds, 6 silver and 4 bronze. Xavier College was second, followed by defending champions Andi Thakambau School. The 200 meters final is one of the most anticipated events of the Coca-Cola Games, and this year proved to be no different. Talentau Thakadaka was at the ANZ Stadium to catch the action and spoke to the winners.
The last time St. Joseph won gold in the senior girls sprints was 7 years ago. So it was double celebration when they took out their second gold on the tracks this year. The emotion of winning was too much to handle, as Sevula says her dad still managed to inspire her from beyond the grave.
The competition was really tough. Right on the blocks, I just had to tell myself that this is it, and I just kept on reciting my father's name, that's all. And just reciting his name gave me courage, and it motivated me to work really hard from the blocks till the finish line.
In the senior boys final, Benjamino Marabu was a class of his own as he managed to secure his second gold medal. For the soft-spoken lad, the competition has never been closer.
There were a lot of well-known athletes that I ran against. Athletes like Rasalala and Kirikirikula. They helped me a lot, and they pushed me all the way to the finish line.
These two athletes have stamped their marks as the fastest in their divisions. Talendo Dakadaka, FBC Sports.
This year's champions Maris Brothers High School and Jasper Williams High School had a tough road over the two-day event, and the boys from Flagstaff had to bring out all their tricks to ensure the defense ended successfully. Elaine McDonald talked to our 2013 winners.
Yet another title in the bag. Maris Brothers believe their success can be put down to one simple tactic.
I must thank the boys for their commitment towards our preparation towards the competition, and we thank them for enabling us to defend the title for this year.
Realizing it's never easy defending the title, Preparation was the key factor to winning.
You know that it's tough. It will be tough for this year. So we go another step ahead to prepare the boys for the competition.
As for Jasper Williams High School, their first ever win will definitely be one for the record books.
Achievement for the school. We honor God for the win today. All the glory goes to God for the win. And for the girls, for their hard effort, preparation throughout the many weeks, the Lautoka zone, and today we're proud.
Right, they claimed the first track medal on day one. It seemed the senior girls realized winning the last girls' track event would be the icing on the cake.
Very tough competition. We really happy that we get a gold medal.
Celebrations will definitely be in order for the Lautoka-based school. For now, it'll be enjoying the victory on the Queen's Highway as they travel back home tonight. Lena McDonald, FBC Sports.
One of the key areas which Maris Brothers High School prides itself in are the field events. Mustafa Fall was a key athlete for the side who managed to win a gold and silver to help his school win the title. However, the American-born says he was only wanting to win a medal, and setting a new record came as a bonus.
Well, I felt good, but I wasn't really expecting a record. I was just 100% winning gold, as I've already through good distances in training. But I wasn't really expecting a record.
While the big schools were raking in the medals, there were a few minor school athletes who created a mark of their own. One was Gospel High School Intermediate 100 and 200 meter champion Eunice Mbese. While all eyes were on her schoolmate Aaron Powell, Mbese had her own reasons to celebrate.
Good, excited when I won my 100 and my 200. Yeah, I really achieved it, my aim for this year.
Did you feel the competition was tough for you?
Yeah, it was really tough from other schools, especially from AC and from Jasper.
Congratulations once again to our two champions. That wraps up sports for tonight. I'll be back on Monday. Until then, have a safe weekend. Good evening.
Sugarcane farmers will receive a record-breaking payment of $78.74 per ton of raw sugar for the 2012 season. The Fiji Sugar Corporation says the fourth and last payments will be $20.40 per ton. The final cleanup payment yet to be made will bring the year's total to about $80.74 per ton. Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama says this is a huge achievement for Fiji and a sign that the government's reforms are paying off. The anticipated price of raw sugar for 2013 is forecast to be even higher. The biggest Papua New Guinea government delegation ever to come to Fiji will arrive on an Air New Guinea chartered flight later tonight. It includes executives of a PNG roading company, Alina Limited, and representatives of various government ministries. The contingent signifies PNG's commitment to the bilateral arrangements both countries signed in April.
Officials of a Papua New Guinea company that has been tasked to undertake a contract. The officials will be coming over to Fiji today with the intention of meeting up with the Prime Minister on Tuesday and other ministers of the Fiji government. And for that, I'll be coming across with them today.
Movement between Fiji and PNG has increased in the past few weeks as both countries put in motion their bilateral commitment to increase trade and investment. That time again, Jen, I know you've got good reason to smile this evening.
Yes, I do, Jackie. Congratulations to the Western schools for their sterling performances. And of course, a huge thanks to Jasper for making us all girls proud. Moving on to our map, it was beautiful weather throughout the country all day. Taking a look at temperatures now, Savu is our Lone Ranger today on 29 degrees, with everyone else in the 30s. Aside from the cloudiness we've come to expect in Savu and the capital, It's going to be sunny everywhere tomorrow. And it's Manisha of Savu with this evening's photo of the day. A stunning picture capturing Savu at its best and giving us another reason to push for environment conservation. Citizens' Eyes at fbc.com.fj is the email address for all your photos. So get cracking. I'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend and stay safe and stay smiling.
Thanks so much for that, Genevieve. And recapping the top stories, Jasper Williams High School has created history, winning the Coca-Cola Games Girls Division for the first time. European Union says delays to the Economic Partnership Agreement with the ACP are inevitable, and road upgrades will follow a specific plan based on priority. Now on to our poll question. Can Fiji win the Rugby Sevens World Cup? To take part, log on to www.fbc.com.fj. You can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj. That's FBC News tonight. I'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend.
आपकी शादी होने वाली है, 5 बच्चे होंगे। 5 हाय, मैं हूँ आपकी सहेली वेनू। सुनते रहिए मिर्ची एफएम। मैं हूँ ना 9 से 12 बजे तक।